Hey, Vikings Nation! What's good, Skull family? Buckle up, because we've got a juicy update straight from the heart of Vikings lore, and it's got me fired up and a little bittersweet. Our boy, Garrett Bradbury, the anchor of our O-line for 6 gritty seasons, just spilled his heart about his exit from Minnesota and his new chapter with the Patriots. Was it a wake-up call, a fresh start, or just the cold reality of the NFL business? Let's dive into this roller coaster of a story, unpack the highs and lows, and figure out what it means for our Vikings moving forward. Ready for the ride? Let's roll. I'm still wrapping my head around this one, Vikings fans. Garrett Bradbury, our 2019 first-round pick, was the guy snapping the ball for 88 straight games in purple and gold. 6 years, countless battles in the trenches, and a locker room full of bonds that don't fade easy. But this offseason, boom, the Vikings cut him loose after signing Indy's Ryan Kelly to a 2-year, $18 million deal. Talk about a gut punch. Bradbury didn't see it coming, but he's not pointing fingers. He called it a wake-up call that lit a fire under him. Now here's where it gets real. Bradbury told the Boston Globe he's got no bad blood with Minnesota. 6 great years, he said, praising the locker room and the connections he built. That's the kind of class you love to see from a Viking, right? But let's be honest, getting released stings. He admitted it shook him out of his comfort zone, forcing him to rethink everything. You ever had a moment like that, Skull fans? Where life hits you hard, and you've got to decide, sink or swim. So what's next for our former center? He's not dwelling on the past, that's for sure. Bradbury's already looking ahead, ready to prove he's still got it. What do you think? Did the Vikings make the right call moving on? Drop your thoughts in the comments because I'm dying to hear what the Skull Nation thinks about this one. Let's talk numbers because the tape doesn't lie. Bradbury was a beast in the run game, always has been. Paving lanes for Dalvin Cook and Aaron Jones? That was his bread and butter. Pro Football Focus had him graded as a solid run blocker year after year. But pass protection? Oof, that's where things got dicey. In 2024, he gave up a career-high 38 quarterback pressures, worst among centers in the league. Never hit 30 before that. Those stats probably sealed his fate in Minnesota. The Vikings' interior line struggled as a unit, no doubt. It wasn't just Bradbury. Guards and all, they couldn't keep the pocket clean for J.J. McCarthy or Sam Darnold when it mattered most. So, when the Vikes snagged Ryan Kelly, a proven pass protector with only 18 pressures allowed in his last 858 snaps, the writing was on the wall. Tough business, right? You can't help but wonder, could Bradbury have turned it around with one more year? Here's the kicker. Bradbury's not running from the criticism. He's owning it. He said this change is his chance to reinvent himself. That's the Viking spirit we love. Never back down, always fight. What's your take, Skull fans? Was Bradbury's pass protection the real issue, or was the whole line just a mess? Hit the comments and let's break it down together. Now let's flip the script to Foxborough, where Bradbury's starting fresh with the Patriots. New England didn't waste time. They signed him to a 2-year, $9.5 million deal just days after cutting their own legend, David Andrews. That's a big vote of confidence in our guy, right? The Pats are rebuilding their O-line to protect their young QB, Drake May, and Bradbury's stepping into the spotlight as their new center. No pressure. Garrett. He's hyped about it, too. New team, new chapter, new offense, he said, all but bouncing with energy. He's not just coasting, he's hitting the meeting room, the practice field, the weight room, bringing it every single day. Sounds like a man on a mission to me. And get this, he's already bonding with May, saying he loves the kid's vibe. A center and QB gotta be like brothers, so that chemistry's huge. You feeling optimistic for him, Vikings Nation? But here's the thing, Bradbury's got doubters to silence. Patriots fans are watching closely, and he's gotta prove he can shore up that pass protection. New England's also got Cole Strange and Ben Brown lurking, so the starting gig ain't locked yet. What do you think? Will Bradbury dominate in New England? Or is he in for a tough road? Let me know below, Skull fam. Let's zoom out for a sec and look at the Vikings side of this. Replacing Bradbury with Ryan Kelly wasn't just a one-for-one swap. It's a signal. Kevin O'Connell and Kwesi Adofo-Mensah are all in on protecting J.J. McCarthy, our QB of the future. Kelly's a proven vet, 2 sacks allowed in 858 snaps? That's elite. Compare that to Bradbury's 4 sacks and 38 pressures in 730 snaps, and you see why the front office made the move. It's about giving JJ the best shot to shine. Still, it's hard not to feel for Bradbury. He was a Viking through and through. Started every game, fought through injuries, never complained. And he's not wrong about the locker room. That 2024 squad had heart, even if the results didn't always show it. Makes you wonder, did we give up on him too soon? Or was this just the business doing what it does? I'm torn, Skull fans. What's your gut saying? One thing's clear. This move reshapes our O-line. With Kelly at center and guys like Christian Darrisaw holding it down at tackle, we're building something fierce for 2025. But losing a guy like Bradbury leaves a mark. How do you think this changes our identity up front? Jump in the comments and let's hash it out. Alright, let's get to the Patriots' bigger picture. Because Bradbury's not the only new face in town. New England's O-line was a mess last year, and they're throwing everything at fixing it. They brought in Morgan Moses at tackle, Wes Schweitzer for depth, and now Bradbury at center. That's a serious overhaul to keep Drake May upright. But left tackle? Still a glaring hole. Word is they're eyeing the 2025 NFL draft for a stud to lock that down. Bradbury's role here is massive. As the center, he's got to be the brain of the line, calling protections, reading defenses, keeping everyone in sync. If he can cut those pressures in half and get back to his run-blocking roots, he could be a game-changer for the Pats. But if he struggles, well, let's just say the Boston media ain't exactly patient. You rooting for him to ball out, Skull fans, or is it all Vikings or bust for you? Here's a spicy thought. What if Bradbury turns into a Pro Bowler in New England? Stranger things have happened. He's only 29, plenty of gas in the tank. Drop your predictions below. Is he about to write a comeback story? Or is this just a pit stop? Let's hear it, Vikings Nation. Back to Minnesota for a hot minute, because this Bradbury saga ties into our 2025 plans. The Vikings didn't just stop at Kelly, they're loading up everywhere. Posts on X are buzzing about our free agency moves, like snagging D-tackles Jonathan Allen and Javon Hargrave to beef up the D-line. Brian Flores must be grinning ear to ear. And with 6 Pro Bowlers named to the 2025 roster, most in 15 years, this team's got swagger. But the O-line's still a work in progress. Kelly's a stud, but our guards took a step back last year. If we're going to keep JJ clean and let Aaron Jones run wild, we need more depth. The draft's coming, and I'm betting Kwesi's got his eye on some maulers. What's your dream pick for our line, Skull fans? A guard? Another tackle? Hit the comments and let's dream big. Oh, and one more thing, there's talk of joint practices with the Patriots this summer. Can you imagine Bradbury lining up against his old squad? That'd be straight-up drama. You hyped for that potential reunion or what? Let me know below. Now, let's get personal with Bradbury's mindset because this dude's got fire in his belly. He keeps saying reinvent and reprove, like he's channeling his inner Viking warrior. That's not just talk, he's walking the walk. He's already grinding with New England's new coaching staff, led by Mike Vrabel, and soaking up every chance to grow. That's the kind of hunger you love to see. He even shouted out Stefon Diggs, his old Vikings teammate from 2019, who's also in New England now. Bradbury said Diggs' competitiveness rubbed off on him back in the day, and now they're reunited. That's gotta feel good, right? A little piece of Minnesota in Foxborough. Makes you wonder what other Vikings connections could spark something special for him. Any guesses? Skull fam? Here's what I love most. Bradbury's not letting this define him. He said the minute you think you've got it all figured out, you're gone. That's wisdom forged in the NFL's fire. You think he's got the mental toughness to bounce back? Drop your thoughts in the comments because I'm all ears. Let's talk legacy for a sec. Bradbury's 88 starts as a Viking? That's no small thing. He was there for the highs like that 13-4 season in 2022, and the lows like the playoff heartbreak against the Rams in January 2025. He gave us everything, even if the pass protection wasn't always pretty. For a first-round pick, he delivered consistency, and that's worth respecting. But the NFL's a what have you done lately league, and 2024 wasn't kind to him. Those 38 pressures hung like a dark cloud, and the Vikings needed a change. Still, I can't help but root for the guy. He's one of us, a Viking at heart, even in Patriots gear. You feeling the same, Skull Nation? Or is it time to turn the page? Let's hear your take below. One thing's for sure. This story's not over. Whether he's pancaking defenders in New England or fighting for his spot, Bradbury's got more chapters to write. What's your bold prediction for his 2025 season? Come on, Vikings fans, don't hold back. Alright, let's bring it home with the big picture. This whole Bradbury saga reminds us why we love this game. It's not just X's and O's. It's heart, hustle, and second chances. The Vikings are marching toward 2025 with a stacked roster, a young QB in J.J. McCarthy, and a hunger to prove they're Super Bowl contenders. Losing Bradbury hurts, but it's fueling our fire to build something even stronger. Meanwhile, Garrett's out there chasing his own redemption arc. Will he silence the haters in New England? Will he make us wish we kept him? Only time will tell, but I'm glued to this storyline. What about you, Skull fans? Are you tracking Bradbury's journey? Or is it all about our Vikings' next move? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear every angle. Before we wrap, a quick shout out to the rumor mill. I checked the latest on Vikings.com and some X posts, and there's chatter about Aaron Rodgers maybe eyeing Minnesota as a backup plan. Sounds wild, but for now it's just noise. JJ's our guy. If anything concrete drops, I'll be back with the scoop. Stay tuned, Vikings Nation. Man, what a ride this story's been. From Minnesota's trenches to New England's spotlight, Garrett Bradbury's showing us what it means to fight through adversity. Skull Nation, you know I'm nothing without you. Your passion, your takes, your fire. So let's keep this vibe going. Smash that like button if you're hyped for the Vikings' 2025 season. Drop a comment with your thoughts on Bradbury's exit and who you want us to draft next. Subscribe and hit that bell so you never miss a Vikings news update. Share this with your crew, because the skull chants louder when we're all in it together. Until next time, let's keep bleeding purple and gold. Skull Vikings.